Alright, let's dive into a story that's equal parts heartbreaking and thought-provoking. Imagine this, a young couple, expecting their first child, everything seemingly on track, until tragedy strikes in the most unexpected way. This is the story of Andrew Ferrarone, a 33-year-old software engineer, whose life was cut short in a rock climbing accident. But here's what makes this really interesting. It's not just about the accident itself. It's about the ripple effects, the questions it raises, and the raw humanity in the aftermath. First, let's set the scene. Andrew, a triplet with a life full of adventure, was rock climbing in Big Bear when he fell 20 feet and hit his head. He passed away 3 days later, leaving behind his pregnant wife, Nina. Personally, I think what stands out here is the timing. Just over 8 weeks pregnant, a moment that's supposed to be filled with excitement and planning, now overshadowed by grief. It's a stark reminder of how fragile life can be, and how quickly everything can change. What many people don't realize is how accidents like this aren't just about the individual. They're about the community left behind. Andrew's obituary paints a picture of a man deeply connected to his family and friends. From San Francisco to Lake Tahoe to San Diego, he built a life filled with relationships. And now, his extended family, including his triplet siblings, are grieving alongside Nina. This raises a deeper question: how do we support those left behind when tragedy strikes? It's not just about emotional support, it's about the practical realities of life without someone who was a cornerstone of your world. Speaking of practicalities, let's talk about Nina. She's a flight attendant who took time off work after learning she was pregnant. Now, she's facing rent, medical bills, and the cost of raising a child alone. A GoFundMe was set up to help, and in just 4 days, over $35,000 of the $65,000 goal was raised. From my perspective, this is where humanity shines. Strangers coming together to support someone in their darkest hour is a testament to the power of community. But it also highlights a bigger issue: the financial vulnerability of families in crisis. What this really suggests is that we need better systems in place to support people when life takes an unexpected turn. One thing that immediately stands out is the role of social media in all of this. A family member posted about Andrew's passing on Threads, and the GoFundMe gained traction quickly. If you take a step back and think about it, this is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it allows for rapid mobilization of support. On the other, it puts grief on public display. Personally, I think it's a double-edged sword. It humanizes tragedy but also commodifies it in a way. It's a detail I find fascinating, especially in an age where our lives are so interconnected online. Now, let's zoom out for a moment. Andrew's story isn't unique, but it's a stark reminder of the unpredictability of life. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, to assume there's always more time. But stories like this force us to confront our own mortality and the importance of living intentionally. What makes this really interesting is how it challenges us to think about legacy. Andrew's child will never know him, but through stories and memories, his legacy will live on. That's both beautiful and bittersweet. As we wrap up, I'm left with a lingering thought: how do we balance living fully with the awareness that life can change in an instant? Andrew's story isn't just a tragedy, it's a call to action. To support each other, to plan for the unexpected, and to cherish the moments we have. In my opinion, that's the real takeaway here. It's not about avoiding risk or living in fear, but about recognizing the value of every moment and every relationship. So, here's my question to you: what's one thing you can do today to honor the fragility and beauty of life? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts.